3 days ago, a viewer named Beverly from Saskatchewan left a comment that I could not stop reading. She wrote, Linda, I am 72 years old. I receive CPP, OAS, and GIS every month. Yesterday, my neighbor told me new rules were starting, and she had already called Service Canada to update her file. I had no idea anything was changing. I called Service Canada and waited 47 minutes. When someone finally answered, they confirmed new rules were starting and walked me through two of them before my call dropped. I never got through again. I still do not know what all the new rules are or whether I have done everything I need to do. Nobody sent me a complete explanation. Not Service Canada, not the CRA, nobody. That comment received over 1,000 replies from seniors in British Columbia, Alberta, Manitoba, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick, all saying the same thing. New rules were starting, their payments could be affected. Not one of them had received a clear explanation of what was changing or what they needed to do. Today, I am giving you that complete explanation. Every new rule, exactly what it means for your CPP, OAS, and GIS, and exactly what you need to do before it affects your account. Before I walk you through every new rule, one critical thing first. These changes are already taking effect, and Service Canada will not send you a personal explanation of how each one applies to your specific situation. Subscribe and turn on notifications right now so that every time something this urgent happens, you find out from this channel before it affects your payment. Now let me show you exactly what is changing. This is not about one small update. It is about multiple simultaneous changes to the Canadian Senior Benefit System affecting your CPP, OAS, and GIS together through programs connected to each other in ways most seniors have never had clearly explained. According to Canada.ca and Service Canada published guidelines, when multiple rule changes take effect simultaneously, seniors who are unaware of all of them may be receiving incorrect amounts, missing new benefits they now qualify for, or have compliance issues developing on their file, with no warning arriving before the problem shows up in their bank account. According to Statistics Canada, over 6 million Canadians aged 65 and older receive some combination of CPP, OAS, and GIS, and the vast majority find out about rule changes only after they affect a payment. That gap is exactly why this channel exists. The first new rule is the updated GIS income reporting requirement, changing how Service Canada calculates your monthly GIS. According to Canada.ca, quote, SGIS eligibility pages, GIS is reduced by 50 cents for every dollar of non-OAS income you receive, meaning your CPP directly reduces your GIS every month. What is changing is that Service Canada is now implementing a more detailed income verification process, requiring your most recent tax return income figure to be accurately reflected on your Service Canada file before each payment calculation runs. Seniors whose 2025 tax return has not been fully processed by CRA and shared with Service Canada risk having GIS calculated on an outdated figure. The maximum GIS for a single senior is a confirmed monthly amount per Canada.ca, while the average senior receiving GIS gets considerably less because of the income reduction formula. Under the new requirement, seniors with legitimate income exclusions not previously applied may see their GIS increase. Seniors whose income increased in 2025 may see GIS recalculated downward. Who is most affected includes seniors whose 2025 return has not been processed, those with income beyond CPP and OAS, and those who have not verified the income figure on their Service Canada file. Who is least affected includes seniors whose income has been completely stable and whose return has been fully processed. The second new rule is where most people get caught off guard, and it involves the OAS quarterly indexation update combined with what is happening to GIS at the same time. According to Canada.ca, quote, OAS payment amounts page, OAS is indexed quarterly to the Consumer Price Index and adjusted upward when the cost of living increases. This adjustment applies to every Canadian currently receiving OAS because it is universal, not income tested. The maximum OAS for seniors aged 65 to 74 is a confirmed quarterly amount per Canada.ca, and for seniors 75 and over it is 10% higher due to the permanent increase legislated in 2022. The average Canadian senior does not receive the maximum because it applies only to those with 40 years of Canadian residency after 18. What most seniors miss is that while the OAS increase is positive, if it pushes total household income above the GIS threshold in combination with CPP and other income, it can affect GIS eligibility in specific borderline situations. Knowing exactly where your total income sits relative to the GIS threshold right now matters more than ever because multiple programs are adjusting simultaneously, and a small shift in one can have an unexpected consequence in another. Third, and this connects directly to your CPP and GIS in a way most coverage never explains, is the new account verification requirement taking effect as part of the 2026 Service Canada Compliance Update. According to Service Canada's updated account management guidelines on Canada.ca, all accounts receiving government benefit deposits are now subject to enhanced verification protocols requiring confirmed current banking information, consistent personal information across all government files, and in some cases, additional identity confirmation from seniors who have not actively accessed their My Service Canada account recently. Seniors whose direct deposit information has not been actively confirmed, whose mailing address differs between their Service Canada and CRA files, or whose personal information has changed since their account was established may find their account flagged. A flagged account does not automatically lose payment, but may be subject to manual review before the next payment cycle, delaying CPP, OAS, and GIS deposits simultaneously. Because all three programs are administered through the same Service Canada file, one verification flag affects all three payment streams at once. Beverly from Saskatchewan had not logged into My Service Canada in over 2 years. Her banking was current, but her mailing address on her Service Canada file differed from her CRA file after a move the previous year. That address discrepancy was exactly the type of inconsistency the new verification protocol flags. Here is the insider knowledge moment most seniors never hear explained, and it is the single most important action you can take today. When you log into My Service Canada, you can see the income figure being used to calculate your GIS. Compare that figure to the net income online 2360 of your most recent CRA notice of assessment. If those two numbers match, your GIS is correct. If they differ, there is a discrepancy that may be resulting in a GIS payment that is higher or lower than it should be, and under the new income reporting requirement, that discrepancy is more likely to be flagged and corrected quickly than before. Canadians who work with retirement financial planners have this comparison made automatically every time a new notice of assessment is issued. Most Canadian seniors on CPP, OAS, and GIS have never been told to make this comparison and find out about discrepancies only after their payment has already been adjusted unexpectedly. Now you know to check it today. Now, here is the connection most coverage misses completely. The updated GIS income reporting requirement, the OAS quarterly indexation update, and the new account verification protocol are not three separate changes affecting three separate programs. They connect through the same net income figure on your CRA return and through the same Service Canada file. Your income verification affects your GIS. Your GIS feeds into your provincial supplement, under the updated coordination protocol. Your OAS increase adjusts your total payment, and your account verification status determines whether all adjusted payments arrive on schedule or are held pending manual review. One file, 3 programs, 3 simultaneous changes. Beverly did not know about this chain when her call dropped. She knew something was changing. She did not know the address discrepancy on her Service Canada file was connected to all 3 changes, and that fixing it was the single most important action she could take. Beverly called Service Canada back, and when she reached a representative, asked specifically to update her mailing address to match her CRA file, confirm her direct deposit was current, and verify the income figure on her GIS matched her most recent notice of assessment. The representative completed all 3 in 22 minutes. Beverly received confirmation within 10 days that her file was updated and her GIS reviewed under the new requirement. Beverly told me those 3 specific questions on her second call were the difference between everything resolved before the changes affected her payment and spending weeks sorting out a discrepancy afterward. So, here are 3 steps you can complete this week. Step 1, log into your My Service Canada account at canada.ca/en/employment-social-development and check 3 things. Confirm your direct deposit banking details match your active account. Confirm your mailing address exactly matches your CRA My Account address at canada.ca/en/revenue-agency. And compare the income figure Service Canada is using for your GIS to line 23600 of your most recent Notice of Assessment. If anything does not match, call Service Canada at 1-800-277-9914 and ask to have all 3 items reviewed and updated before the next payment cycle runs. Step 2, confirm your 2025 tax return has been filed and a Notice of Assessment issued through your CRA My Account. Because without a processed return service, Canada cannot complete the income verification required under the new GIS reporting requirement. If you need free help filing, contact the CVITP at 1-8009-598281. Step 3. Share this video with every person you know over 60 receiving CPP, OAS, or GIS, because the seniors most at risk are those who have not been told what is changing and what actions are required right now. One critical warning: scammers are already calling Canadian seniors claiming to be from Service Canada, saying new rules are starting and that personal information or immediate payment is needed to protect their benefits. This is a scam. Service Canada will never call you unsolicited asking for payment or banking information to complete a rule change update. The CRA will never demand immediate payment by phone or ask for gift cards. Hang up immediately and report it to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre at 1-888-49-58501. Did you know about these new rules before watching today? And have you already checked your My Service Canada file? Or are you finding out right now that changes are starting and specific actions are needed immediately? Drop your province in the comments because I want to understand how many Canadian seniors are finding out about these changes here for the first time versus having already been contacted by Service Canada with a clear explanation. What we covered today is confirmed, and these new rules are already taking effect. More updates are scheduled before the end of 2026, and Service Canada will not send you a personal breakdown of how every change applies to your CPP, OAS, and GIS. Subscribe now so that information reaches you here before it affects your payment. You spent your entire working life contributing to this country. You earned every dollar of these benefits. Make sure these new rules are applied correctly to your file before they affect your next deposit. I am Canada Seniors Update, and I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.